Back in Biz was a live stream reading event originally broadcast in the winter of 2021, featuring episodes from the Solve It Squad animated series being developed by Tin Can Bros. These are those episodes.
Cold open, interior Solve It Squad clubhouse day. Scrags has passed out the new case files. Gwen furrows her brow as she taps away on her phone. Esther's eyes are glazed over with a strand of drool dripping from their mouth. Keith takes a page from the case file and folds it into a paper football.
Okay, the next case on our docket involves none other than the Sugar Daddy Snack Cake Corporation. Okay, the manager of the plant walked into a cake catastrophe this morning, and they suspect foul play. The donut hole machine...
Oh, I love me some of Sugar Daddy's tasty holes.
I'm sure you do, Keith. So, the donut hole machine is malfunctioning and adding an extra hole to the...
Aren't those just tiny donuts?
What?
Donut holes with holes in them. It's literally a tiny donut. Sugar Daddy can still sell them, and we can pass on this case, and I can get back to retheming my website using the sleek and intuitive features of Squarespace. Hashtag not a sponsor. Yet.
Keith flicks the paper football into Esther's mouth and they startle awake.
Excuse you. I was power napping over here. Do you realize how dangerous it is to interrupt a REM cycle? I could have killed you.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't remember changing my name to Captain Snooze Fest. Gwen, we're not in a position to pass on a case. Keith, stop it with the origami. And Esther, why don't you stand up so that you don't sleep through any more important exposition, okay?
Esther stands up and tries to pace around the room, but their legs crumble beneath them and they collapse.
What's wrong with your legs?
Oh, they're just so exhausted from carrying this entire team.
Ha! Got him!
Oh, please, Esther. The case last week
was my last case of Four Loko, and I had to kill it to solve that bank heist. And that was on top of my normal cocktail of Fenny's, Demi's, buttons, and perks.
They pull out a handful of blue pills, crush them on the table, and snort it all in one go.
See? A week's worth of study buddies and nothing. I hate to admit it, but I think it's finally time for me to take a sober day. Reset my tolerance. Full reboot. I just feel like a zombie.
Esther slumps back on the floor, ass up in the air.
We're all tired, busy, and horny. You don't get to take a break from being a grown-up.
Keith flicks the paper football into Esther's ass crack. Scrags immediately removes the paper, unfolds it, and places it back in the case file.
I'm with Keith here.
Oh, big surprise. The men have decided how we should feel. You know what, Esther? I feel like a zombie too. A zombie with a to-do list. I'm just expected to trudge along in an undead state, eating the brains of my kids, eating the brains of my career, the brains of keeping the squad relevant on TikTok. Plus, things have been sort of strained with Nicholas, and I'm not even sure if I should keep eating his brains.
Okay, this analogy is getting out of hand. Gwen, people are counting on us, so we need to buck up, put on a happy face, and power through to avoid the growing emptiness deep inside.
I didn't even rank on the Peloton leaderboard this morning. It's at this point, something's got to give.
I mean, Scrags, have you no heart? She is falling apart. Motion to skip the case in favor of hashtag self-care?
Esther, Keith, and Gwen's hands shoot up into the air.
Fine. Can't argue with democracy. We'll take the day off and pick up bright and early tomorrow. Enjoy your face masks and bubble baths.
I wish. While you all clock out, I'm clocking in as mother, wife, and career woman. These sponsored posts about the Charmin toilet paper subscription aren't going to post themselves.
Church.
No, I can't stand the thought of my two gals working for a living. I'll tell you what, Scrags and I will take care of everything on your to-do list today.
What? I thought we just voted.
It's high time you lean in and make the patriarchy work for you. Why don't you two go chillax and have a girls' day?
Actually, I am gender non-conforming.
And Keith is gender non-coherent. Even between the two of you, there's no way you can get all of my stuff done in one day. And I bet Esther has
no
way
lists. More. No, that's how they keep track of you. They being the deep state.
All right, give me your phone. What's at the top of your to-dos?
The nanny called in sick from school, so I have to pick up the nanny called in sick, so I have to pick up the kids from school. But really, I think she's just sneaking off to visit her mother in the hospital. Again.
Well, call me Kerry Washington. Because you can consider it handled.
But what if they need...
The only thing anyone needs from you is to bliss out with Esther. Put all of your trust in us.
Isn't it beautiful? Democracy in action. We all got what we wanted. Except Scrags.
Back in 1995, four meddlesome teens and their talking dog Klubert achieved pseudo-celebrity status by solving mysteries that had somehow stumped adults. They called themselves the Solve It Squad. Cracking cases in the 90s style, showing crooks crime never pays. But then Klubert got murdered in a satanic ritual and everybody went their separate ways. Flash forward, Esther's been on LSD every other day. Gwen went into acting to pretend the pain away. Action. Scrags was in the FBI with PTSD. Keith is just a fucking loser living in a brain. Solve It Squad, Solve It Squad. Getting back together cause life sucks on their own. Solve It Squad, Solve It Squad. Scooby-Dooby-Wooby-Dooby, zippity-bop.
Act 1. Interior Talent Agency Office, Day. Nicholas, Gwen's husband, sits behind a huge desk squeezing a grip strength trainer. He's taking a call on a Bluetooth headset.
After 5 seasons of Officer Dr. Cobb, MD, Gwen can't really get excited about going back to the grind of television. But we've got a lot of feature offers on the table, and her schedule is filling up.
He picks up a framed photo of him, Gwen, and their kids and gives it a loving glance.
Really? No audition. Straight to offer. 10% over her quote? Hell, let's do it. She'll be thrilled to star in your dark and edgy reboot of The Magic School Bus.
Nicholas hangs up the phone and does a celebratory fist pump. He pushes the button on his desk intercom.
Monica, get a bouquet from that florist Gwen likes, a babysitter for the kids, and a reservation for 2 at Spago.
Nicholas's eyes widen and he squeezes the grip trainer so hard that it breaks. He's just received 4 texts from Gwen in quick succession. It's over. Pack your bags. I'm getting back with Keith. Keith's always been the one. Nicholas's eyes well up with tears. Interior Keith's van, Day. Scrags drives while Keith finishes sending Nicholas text messages from Gwen's phone. He draws a line through the first item on Gwen's to-do list.
End things with Nicholas. Done and done. Damn, we could put a dent in this bad boy.
You know, before roping me into doing all of Gwen's chores, you could ask me if I had my own pressing matters to attend to on our day off. Like, that pile of clean clothes in my bedroom isn't going to fold itself.
Keith suddenly grabs at his throat, choking.
Keith, what's wrong?
I'm sorry, Scrags. I just had a selfish allergy. God, bro. Try doing something for someone else for a change. It feels good.
So, what's next?
Keith enthusiastically gestures to his list with Gwen's phone, tapping it with growing intensity.
All right. Here's the game plan. We pick up the kids. We do some returns at the mall. We get her a phone battery replaced.
He smacks the phone too hard and shatters the screen.
We get her screen fixed.
Exterior restaurant patio, Day. Gwen and Esther sit at a 2-top in a hopelessly hip restaurant. It's a trend dumpster featuring every Instagram decor fad. Banana leaves, pastel walls, neon signs, and ring lights at every table.
So, after our bottomless mimosa brunch, I have the whole day planned out for us. Some highlights include combination Thai Swedish massages, a custom athleisure fitting at Lululemon, and a consult with my plastic surgeon. And as long as the Kybella appointment doesn't run over, I'll be home by bedtime to tuck in the kids with everything crossed off my relaxation list.
I think you forgot to add relax to the relaxation list.
Esther slouches slowly down in their chair.
Actually, it's right here between the facialist and the fecalist.
An overly chipper waiter, Taylor, approaches their table.
Hey there, gals and non-binary pals. Welcome to The Grotto. I hope you've been enjoying our complimentary hand-forged seed mix while you look over our brunch menu. I'm totally obsessed. Yum. If you're dining with us for the first time, we do things a little differently here, okay? Every gorgeous serving is for sharing. I like to let people know up top that they can expect half the food for twice the price. Any questions?
Where's the restroom?
Taylor points to a spiral staircase.
I'll hurry so it doesn't put us behind schedule.
Gwen heads off. At this point, Esther has slouched to basically under the table.
Can I get you anything while you wait?
A less uptight friend and a new waiter.
Ooh, shots fired, sis. Well, hopefully a few mimosas will melt the ice queen a bit.
It'll take a bit more than that.
Interior Keith's van day. Keith slams the van door, waves to a group of parents, and hops back in the passenger seat. Scrags pulls away from Mayberry Middle School. In the back seat sit Gwen's children. Cam, a relentless 8-year-old boy with big Coke bottle glasses who speaks faster than he can breathe, and his 11-year-old sister, Paris, dressed in black, her hair pulled into a tight ponytail with a big bow, like a goth JoJo Siwa.
And as promised, some candy.
He leans into the back seat and pops some nicotine gum into the kid's hands.
Why do these smell like grandma?
Because Grandma is trying to rearrange the deck chairs on the Titanic.
So you're friends with our mom?
You bet, Cam. Uncle Keith and Mommy go way back.
Why doesn't she talk about you?
Probably it's tricky, you know, because we used to, and she probably regrets some of it.
She probably wants to focus all of her love on you and Paris and not bring her work home with her.
No, Mommy loves the work. Do you have kids, Uncle Scrogtaski?
Well, I used to have a dog, so no.
Did the dog die? Did you watch? When was the moment you knew that its soul had left its earthly meat sack?
Scrag's eyes well up with tears.
Don't you dare give her the satisfaction.
Where are we going?
To run some errands for your mom.
Why?
Because she's feeling a little overwhelmed.
Why?
Well, I think society sets unrealistic expectations for women, and because men are threatened by...
How fast can you drive?
This baby can hit 55 if she's going downhill. You want to say?
Why is your name Keith?
It is. What about you, Paris? Why are you named after hotel heiress turned DJ?
Actually, I was named after the place where my dad impregnated my mom. Same with my brother. Right, Camry?
Exterior restaurant patio later. Gwen and Esther have shut the place down, and the waiters are putting the chairs up on the tables behind them.
OMG, Esther, you are so right.
I know I am.
I'm the one closing myself off to Nicholas. Like, he's the best thing that ever happened to me, but I never tell him that. It just all starts to feel a little stale after a while, you know?
Yeah, not really. I don't lay with a sexual partner more than twice. 2 times is a coincidence, but 3 is a pattern.
Yes, the pattern. It's the same grind day in and day out. I'm antsy for the next thing in case it might be better. But why do I even think that? What we have is great.
Oh, yeah. You're great. He's great. I'm great. We're great.
Yeah. And I know everyone calls me a bitch behind my back.
Whoa. Hey, now. We say it to your face, too.
But, like, no one takes me seriously, you know? I have skills. I am fully certified in hand-to-hand stage combat and broadsword. I'm not just a hapless damsel in distress waiting for some man to give me permission to live my life.
People do this in movies, sister.
You know, Esther, I've always considered you my closest friend, like a sibling even, but I never realized you're such a good listener. It's so easy to open up to you.
Nah, bitch, I'm a stone cold Grinch. That's just the Molly doing its job.
Excuse me?
Well, you were really harsh in the vibe, so I spiked the mimosas with some primo MDMA. So now we are ready to relax.
Oh no, we're gonna miss our Lululemon appointment, and then we'll...
Yes. Best laid plans and such, but how do you feel?
Like I want to hug you and squeeze those eyeballs right out of your head like one of those
Squeezy clown toys? Okay, hard pass. But see? Now we both can have fun. Let old Esther here take the wheel.
If Shonda's year of yes taught me anything, it's that I can probably get a book deal out of this either way. Let's do it!
You don't have a choice. I already drugged us.
Wait, both of us? I thought you were supposed to be taking a sober sabbatical.
You have so much to learn, Gwen. Molly isn't drugs. It's medicine.
Sure is.
Reveal Taylor, who has been standing there with a credit card terminal. Gwen's card's still in the reader.
Or it isn't. TBH really doesn't matter to me, but my shift had ended like 2 hours ago, so I'd really love to just sashay on out of here if you catch my drift.
Gwen and Esther burst into laughter. Act 2. Interior gas station, day. Cam is waiting outside the bathroom door, antsy dancing.
Can you hurry up, Uncle Keith? I really need to go.
The sound of a flush. Keith exits the bathroom and hands Cam the bathroom key, which is zip-tied to a toilet seat.
Try not to let the key dip into the toilet bowl if you're pooping. Also, don't touch anything in there. Also, you should hold your breath. Okay, have fun.
Cam opens the bathroom door and green toxic fumes emerge from it. He plugs his nose and ventures in. Keith peruses the gas station's wares. He tries on several pairs of dark wraparound sunglasses and checks himself out while aiming finger guns. Interior Keith's van, continuous. Scrags and Paris sit in silence.
So, you are in school? Do you like it?
No.
Do you have friends?
Yes.
What are they like?
They're ghosts.
Like, they ghost you a lot, or are they... What?
It's rude to talk about someone in front of them.
Okay. So, what do you want to talk about?
Whether you think we should abolish the police or try to reform a broken system.
Well, it's complicated. You know, you got to walk a delicate line, and...
Yeah. And that line's getting thinner and bluer every day.
Oh, no, I didn't mean... Oh, no, we definitely need an overhaul. You see, I'm an ex-cop, and I just think the phrase defund the police is confusing for people over a certain age, and...
Okay, boomer.
Who said that?
Paris smiles coyly at Scrags. Interior gas station, day, continuous. Keith tries on several hats while he waits. A baseball cap with antlers that says horny. A pink novelty cowboy hat that says getting hitched. And finally, a ski mask. The sight of the ski mask with the wraparound sunglasses makes him chuckle. He pays for them and crouches down behind a shelf. Cam emerges from the bathroom and Keith pops out and grabs him from behind.
Did you wash your hands?
Yes.
Liar! You're coming with me, kid!
Cam screams and starts laughing. Keith attacks him with tickles, puts him over his shoulder, and carries him back to the van.
Yeah.
Interior smash and trash rage room, day.
I don't know, Est. Smashing a bunch of things isn't really my scene. I'm not a confrontational person, you know?
Trust me. The only thing worth smashing is the barrier between you and good vibes. Just see where the music takes you.
Esther puts noise-canceling headphones on Gwen. Her ears are flooded with the opening notes of In the Hall of the Mountain King from Peer Gynt. Gwen and Esther begin a beautiful pas de deux, smashing small things with tiny mallets in time with the music. Teacups, Fabergé eggs, cuckoo clocks. As the music increases in volume and speed, the objects they destroy get bigger, as do the size of their mallets. Toasters, laptops, printers, fish tanks, all elegantly destroyed. The music crescendos to a climax as they pirouette, swinging Acme-sized hammers at rocking horses, bird scooters, and Jeff Koons sculptures. The music cuts out. Reveal the POV of a rage employee who stares on horrified as Gwen and Esther have brought their destruction into the lobby. They make primal grunts as they indiscriminately smash everything in sight.
I think I'm having an emotional breakthrough!
Gwen releases her mallet and it flies across the lobby and smashes into a TV, playing reruns of Officer Dr. Cop MD. Interior Apple Store, day. Scrags, Keith, and the kids stroll around a gleaming white Apple store. Keith has rolled up the ski mask and now is just wearing it like a normal beanie.
Are you getting us a new iPhone? Are you getting one?
As if. I'm still rocking my iPhone 5. Works great as long as I keep it plugged in at all times and I don't make any calls.
I've only seen old relics like that in old movies like Inside Out.
So you're getting us new iPhones?
Well, absolutely not. Too much screen time will rot your brain.
Like Gwen's.
Excuse me, young lady. Please show some respect. Too much screen time has rotted your mother's brain. But it's a necessary evil, like cheating at Monopoly or divorcing your ancient husband so you can marry your one true love.
Can we go now? I'm bored. Hey there. Welcome to Apple. What can I help you with today?
Fixing this phone, genius.
Alrighty then. And what name is the appointment under?
Don't worry about it. You can do it really quick.
Well, I am sorry, but I don't have any appointments available until later next month. But you're welcome to hang out and wait in the standby line.
He points to a line that snakes out of the store.
Oh, wow, that line is longer than a subway after they brought back the $5 footlong. Anyone? Anyone?
Can I go pee?
You just peed.
What if I saved some?
Ah, zoinks. Okay, let's go find a bathroom. Keith, can you handle Paris on your own?
He can try.
Scrags heads off.
Okay, good news. It looks like a genie has just freed up since someone got tired of waiting and just bought a new phone instead. You've synced your cloud?
Yeah, my cloud is totally up there. Full of rain.
Okay. Just sign this waiver saying we're not at fault if we lose all your data that isn't on the cloud. Or if you're not ready, we can just reschedule you for next month.
No, just give me 1 second real fast.
Keith quickly flicks through the phone and frantically uploads a bunch of stuff.
How many child workers in your factory die each year on the line?
We don't use child labor.
You need tiny hands to make tiny phones.
Sir, if you're not ready, I'm gonna
Yeah,
have to...
just leave me be for 1 second, you needy troll.
Mom says that all the time to Daddy. And Cam. And me. And the maid. And...
Whoosh, whoosh, ding, ding, ding. The files upload.
Done. Your move, Einstein.
He thrusts the phone into the employee's hand. Interior Berrywood home, living room, day. Nicholas is completely distraught, trying to remove every trace of himself from the family home. He packs 2 very sad suitcases. The TV is on in the background, playing an entertainment news program.
Actress Gwen Berrywood is in hot water after an anonymous source leaked screenshots of her group text today. The messages revealed Ms. Berrywood making fun of fan fiction on the site AO3, inspired by the canceled procedural Officer Dr. Cop, MD. Berrywood played the titular crime-fighting physician for 8 seasons before leaving the show due to a medical...
Nicholas's phone rings.
Hi, Marty. Yes, she's so excited about the show. Of course, fandom is so important to her. Her fans mean the world to... She would never make fun of... No. I understand. Fan fiction is the lifeblood of fandom, and that trust with the audience is sacred. I just hope you'll consider her for guest appearances when all of this dies.
The line goes dead. Nicholas dials his assistant.
Monica, cancel the flowers, the sitter, the dinner reservation. Also cancel the vanity plates for the new Mercedes. Also, cancel the new Mercedes. And Monica, I probably can't afford to pay you anymore, so I'm going to have to let you go too. But I'm realizing I probably should have told you this later, because now you're not gonna go do those other things.
Interior bedroom, later. Gwen and Esther are in a bed. Their faces are surrounded by blankets, rugs, towels, and sheets. Gwen pulls the blanket out of the pile.
Look at this one. It feels like the velvet ropes outside the HBO Emmys party.
Oh, weird flex, I think, but who cares? Oh, shit, Gwen, you got a good eye.
Thank you, Esther. It would mean more coming from someone who I thought had good taste, but I appreciate the sentiment.
Way to really stick the landing on that compliment. Fuck you very much.
And I love that you just call me out on it. You say the things I wish I could say, but I can't say it without coming off like a bitch. But then I don't say it and I come off like a bitch anyway. Why do we let them get into our heads?
Yes, Queef. Eat the patriarchy. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This one, no joke, feels like a cloud. I need this around me forever. Wrap me in it. Put it around me like a mummy. Pull my brain out through my nose.
Oh, shut up, Esther. You don't want to die. I bet there's so much more you want to do with that big brain.
No, I've done it all. Except the ice bucket challenge. But that was a choice.
How do you find the time? Aren't you constantly pulled in different directions between your duties to the squad and the fan base of the squad and the fan base of your show and your book and your 2 shitty kids and I guess Nicholas? And unfortunately Keith, but that's more of a squad responsibility.
Well, for one, I eliminate people who care about me and replace them with chemicals who don't. But it's the same issue. All of that stuff you listed is time spent doing shit for other people. What do you do for you? You gotta do what makes you feel better. Paint your fingers. Buy a goop. Bleach your asshole.
I mean, you're totally right.
Once again, I know.
If I don't take care of myself, no one else will. There are no understudies in life, and it's not fair for other people to get me at my Wednesday matinee when they could be experiencing me at my Saturday night.
Sure.
I don't have to tend to Keith's insecurities, even though he would completely crumble without me. And that thought gives this bitch strength and makes her feel all warm and fuzzy and warm and fuzzy.
Gwen is compulsively rubbing her face against a shag rug, sighing with pleasure. A sales associate clears their throat.
Just so you know, I'm not authorized to ask you to leave, but I will hover awkwardly until you do or you buy something.
Reveal that Gwen and Esther are in the bedroom display of a home decor store. Here duvet, gone tomorrow. Esther sighs and pulls a hefty set of brass knuckles out of their jacket.
I really hoped I wouldn't have to do this today.
I'll handle this, Esther. That won't be necessary because we'll take anything we've touched, but only if we've touched it. We've made very specific piles.
She hands over her credit card. Cha-ching! Interior mall bathroom, continuous. Scrags and Cam walk past Here Duvet, Gone Tomorrow, and into the bathroom.
So why are bathrooms divided by gender?
Because Victorians were prudes.
Why is the toilet paper so thin?
Because the mall is cheap.
Why doesn't mommy love us?
Oh,
Cam enters a stall.
I don't know, Cam. I mean, she does love you. She just expresses in her own unique way. Oh, I mean, just between you and me, I think she's worried about defining herself by motherhood. Modern women are burdened with, but also I'm part of the problem and benefit from my privilege. Privilege means you have an advantage over someone else, but you're not better than them. Well, you can be, but you done in there, buddy?
No.
Did you pee yet?
No.
Why not?
I didn't have to anymore.
Okay, well then what's taking so long?
I pooped.
Congrats. Don't take that for granted as you get older. Now, let's get going.
I pooped in my pants.
Scrags crinkles his nose. Interior toy store, simultaneous. Keith and Paris peruse the endless aisles of toys at Helen of Toy. Paris rolls her eyes at Keith's desperate attempts to win her over.
Come on. Parenting can't be that hard. I got Cam on my side. What's it going to take to buy your love, too? What about this Lego set? You want that?
No.
How about this little plastic blonde chick?
Ew. A Barbie? No.
Just tell me the ideal price range that would make you happy.
Material happiness is an illusion.
What?
Life is pain.
What do you want from me?
In his frustration and fury, Keith punches an end cap display of dodgeballs. His fist bounces off and punches himself in the face. The force causes the cage to fall open and dozens of colorful balls topple out, each one hitting Keith on the head. Paris cracks a smile for the first time and begins to laugh.
Stop laughing. This isn't funny.
Keith grabs a ball and spikes it to the ground. It bounces high into the air, knocking a sprinkler and causing it to go off. Keith slips on the water and hits his head on a shelf hard. Paris laughs even harder. Now this, Keith, she can work with. Keith pulls himself back up to his feet and begins to slide around like a doofus, intentionally crashing into shelves and injuring himself for Paris's pleasure. Boxes of Legos come crashing down on his head. Blinded by the Lego bricks, he knocks into another end cap filled with stuffed Nemo plushies that spill out all over the wet floor. His feet slip out from under him again, and he goes splat on the floor, wriggling next to the damp stuffed fish.
Now this is fun.
Keith and Paris share a laugh. Keith's very pained. A toy store employee rushes over.
Ugh, what a mess. Paging Jeremy, I need backup for some major cleanup in aisle 4, and bring a bucket and a mop for these wet ash plushies.
Keith gets up slowly, nursing his back like a geriatric.
Excuse me, sir, but you're gonna have to pay for all this. These knockoff Nemos can't get wet. What do you think this is? A Disney store?
Fine, just charge it.
Keith hands over a credit card. The toy store employee swipes it, looks at the name, and hands it back.
Thank you for your business, Mr. Berrywood.
Interior mall food court later. Scrag sits with Cam and Paris, who are blindfolded with 2 plates of pretzel bites in front of them. One from Wetzel's Pretzels, the other from Auntie Anne's.
Now, one might ask themselves, why 2 different pretzel stands in the same mall? But the subtlety in flavors justifies it. Now, you just have to tune your senses. Okay, and we...
Are these gluten-free?
No. Okay, let's take a bite.
Are you a Jedi?
In a way, yes.
Keith marches up to the table and parks it in a chair. Paris removes her blindfold.
Turned the thing to the place for store credit, picked up the iPhone. We are DUN done.
Huh? That only took like 2.5 hours. Not sure what Gwen was so stressed about.
Well, just shows you what's possible with 2 adults who are actually engaged.
Oh, no, we're work partners. I'm in love with your mom.
Can we do something fun?
Excellent segue, Cam. Let's go check out the solar panel kiosk and see how much we can save by selling energy back to the grid. Come on.
No. We're going to show you kids what we used to do for fun back in the day, and this is on Daddy.
Keith holds up the credit card. Interior mall montage continuous. Over the following montage, Del Amitri's Roll to Me blasts in a righteous display of freedom, fun, and capitalism. Look it up. Gwen and Esther emerge several times from a dressing room in a couple's Halloween costumes. Beauty and the Beast, Gollum, and Frodo, Shrek and Donkey. And then finally, they're back in their street clothes, but with their outfits accidentally switched. They plop all the costumes on the counter and swipe Gwen's credit card. Keith, Scrags, and the kids run through a laser tag arena, blasting in every direction. Keith tries to smoothly move through the course, but clotheslines himself on a low-hanging banister. He looks up to see a group of children and a smiling Paris pointing guns at his face. They all fire. Game over. Keith gestures for one more and swipes the Berrywood credit card. Gwen sits on a bale of hay at a petting zoo, nuzzling up to a bunny. Reveal that Esther is petting Gwen. Reveal that an alpaca is petting Esther. Keith, Scrags, and the kids pose for silly photos in a photo booth. After one flash, the girl from the ring appears behind them, and everyone flees, but Paris. Gwen and Esther are eating a bowl of pasta while getting tramp stamps. On Esther's lower back is a tattoo of the Charlie Chaplin character, the Tramp. On Gwen's is a tattoo of the cartoon dog from Lady and the Tramp. They end up doing the Lady and the Tramp kiss. They laugh and swipe the credit card. Keith, Scrags, and the kids cheer on a night at medieval times. Keith has painted his face and chest like Braveheart. Scrags fits an enormous turkey leg in his mouth and pulls out a clean bone. Keith looks over to see that Paris is bored, so he walks behind a horse and smacks it, causing the horse to kick him through a wall. Paris laughs. Gwen and Esther, covered in day glow colors, dance at a rave while drumming on a barrel, splashing neon paint everywhere. Reveal that they are on stage at a Blue Man Group show. 3 blue men stare at them quizzically. Keith, Scrags, and the kids are at an internet cafe. They're all screaming and laughing, smashing keys on their keyboards, like they're playing a multiplayer computer game. Reveal that they are actually trading stocks. Keith groans as the chart on his computer plummets into the negative. Paris snickers at Keith, and he swipes the credit card to buy more stock. Interior lonely man self-storage day. Nicholas puts his last cardboard box in a storage unit and rolls the door down. The rest of the storage units are dotted with similarly down in the dumps looking men unloading their belongings. Nicholas goes to the cashier to pay for the unit. He swipes his credit card. Declined. He tries again.
I'm sorry, but it's been declined. Sir, it's been declined.
That can't be right.
Yeah, it's saying that your account's been frozen on account of unusual purchases and suspicions of fraud.
Nicholas breaks down in tears.
This is the worst day of my life.
Oh, you'll be all right, fella. Wherever the ex-missus is, she's hurting too.
Interior arcade ball pit. Gwen and Esther fall backwards into the ball pit, and Gwen makes a strained face as her lips start stretching in the air for something. She finally makes contact with a long, swirly straw that stretches over to Esther, who's holding a plastic bucket that's labeled Bucket O' Margs. They both sip, content.
You know?
I do.
Yeah.
They both smile. A beat.
I just realized that I haven't had the impulse to check Instagram for hours. Imagine that. It's like I was addicted before.
That's how it's designed. So each of those likes is a little orgasm of self-esteem.
Without that urge, it's almost like I don't care whether or not strangers like me because I like me.
Boingo, boingo, baby. That's called living in the moment.
I know how to live in the moment. I am classically trained in Stanislavski. This feels different. Man, it's been ages since I've been at a Pizza Rat family fun zone. The kids were still super young. My career hadn't really taken off yet. Nicholas and I were still eating dairy. There was something here for the whole family. Cameron played whack-a-troll for hours. Paris would hide at the bottom of the slide to scare other kids. Nicholas always tried to win enough tickets to get me the giant stuffed Pizza Rat plush. And I'd study the other moms for character inspiration and what not to wear.
Puke my guts out. That sounds miserable.
It was. And I miss it.
Interior arcade dining area, continuous. Across the room from the ball pit, families sit in the dining room, among them Keith, Scrags, Cam, and Paris. In the background, Pizza Rat's animatronic subway busker band performs Pizza in the USA, a pizza-themed parody of Party in the USA.
Gotta put my sauce on and pepperoni, the Parmesan's here to stay. Cheese, it's pizza in the USA.
God, this place sucks.
Language?
Gwen and Nicholas used to bring us here so they could ignore us. And each other.
Ooh, it's time to turn that frown upside down, Missy.
Keith dumps the whole shaker of red pepper flakes on a slice and shoves it in his mouth. He turns red, fire spews from his mouth, steam comes out of his ears, and he starts crying. Paris cracks a smile.
Mom never let us have the normal pizza here. Only cauliflower crust with vegan cheese.
God, gross. Oh, hurry up and clean your plate so we can snag dessert on the way out.
Well, Keith, that kind of rhetoric encourages unhealthy associations with food. No one has to clean their plates. Unless they want to.
Scrags winks and inhales everyone's leftover crust like a human vacuum cleaner. Burp. Everyone laughs.
Oh, I saw a Dippin' Dot stand by the Aeropostale.
You can still get them. I've only seen them in vintage King back vines.
What do you mean? Dippin' Dots are the ice cream of the future. Fuck, Scrags, are we old?
Language!
Scrags, Keith, and the kids get up to go. On the way out, they pass the now empty ball pit. Suddenly, a loud siren goes off everywhere in the restaurant. Gwen starts screaming at the Fruit Ninja arcade game she's playing.
OMG! I did it! I won the grand prize!
Wait, I thought Fruit Ninja was an app.
No, the arcade version is totally different.
How so?
It's bigger.
And?
You can win prizes!
A tired mom shuffles by with a toddler hanging off her arm and two more in a stroller.
No, you just got the banana bonus. The siren was an Amber Alert on everybody's phones. Some kids have been abducted from their school.
Oh my God. I can't imagine a more terrible scenario for a parent to be in.
Right? It would be terrible and glorious. The cops almost always catch those fuckers within the first few hours. But in the meantime, mommy gets some peace and quiet in the back of a squad car.
Okay, this lady has her priorities straight.
Tired mom walks off, revealing another child in a baby Bjorn strapped to her back.
What I'm thinking?
Gwen pulls Esther in tight, their noses almost touching.
That every surface in this place is riddled with infectious disease?
Yes. But also that we can totally get those kids back. After our day of pampering, we're perfectly equipped to solve this case. And with your brain and my brain, there's nothing we can't do.
Hyperbolic much? But good golly, Miss Molly, I'll allow it. First, we're gonna need some gear.
Esther runs to a skee-ball machine, pounds their fist, and pops the ticket compartment open. They pull out an enormous roll of tickets and plop them on the prize counter.
We'll take everything you got, including the big pizza wrap plush for my wife.
Esther winks at Gwen. Act 3, Interior Taxi, Day. Esther and Gwen pile into a taxi with all the day's purchases armed with Nerf guns, sticky hands, and slap bracelets galore. The pizza wrap plush takes up a seat and a half. The cab driver turns to them.
Where to? Where am I
To
taking?
catch a crook!
TBH, I just moved here, so I'm not super familiar with... Oh, it's you two again.
The driver is Taylor, their waiter from Brunch. Gwen and Esther's eyes narrow. They absolutely don't remember him.
Girl, please. You think I make enough scratch waiting tables? You're as delusional as my ex-boyfriend. The hustle never stops, sis.
Sure, whatever. We've got to stop a child abduction, so drive!
Interior Keith's van continuous. Everyone is eating Dippin' Dots with wooden sticks. Keith is driving with his knees, and the van is veering dangerously all over the road.
Can you just wait until we get to Gwen's before you try to eat your...
It'll melt before then, Scrags. I'm not going to be the only one having soup for dessert.
And how much pain do you think that would cause you?
Scrags notices a police car tailing them in the rearview mirror.
Keith, get your hands at 10 and 2 and maybe let that cop car pass.
Nah, they're still really far back.
He checks his side view mirror, which is fully filled by the police car. It reads, objects in mirror are closer than they appear. The police car flips on its siren.
Actually, I think they want you to pull over.
It can be for anyone.
We want you to pull over. The man with the van. The tan-colored van.
Nope. The manufacturer labeled this color as Dreamy Creamy. Look it up.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Why is it disgusting?
I'll tell you when you're older. Keith, just pull over and see what they want.
Do you have any police friends, Uncle Keith?
Nope. All cops are bad. Why?
Daddy got a ticket once, and
Gwen got so upset with him that she wouldn't talk to him for a month.
he only got out of it because he got the police chief tickets to the premiere of Trolls 2.
Kids, I can promise you this. I will never let your mom get upset ever again. And maybe I won't be Uncle Keith for much longer.
Keith floors it to 40. Interior taxi, continuous.
So child abduction isn't coming up on Google Maps. Do you have a cross street for that, or I don't know?
Suddenly, another Amber Alert comes through his phone. Suspects spotted leaving the mall in a tan and burgundy Volkswagen minibus. Police in pursuit. A van matching that description drives past their window.
Oh, shit! That's them! Step on it! Follow that van!
The police car barrels past the taxi. Interior cop car, continuous.
Don't worry, sir. We're gonna get you your kids back.
Nicholas sits in the back, a crying and disheveled mess. He begins to pray.
Oh, patron saint of family comedies, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, may the light of your smile guide the way back to my children. May your work ethic be the anabolic injection I need to stay strong. And may this squad car move at the speed that you release your movies. Amen.
Exterior Mayberry Streets, continuous. Keith tries to dodge and weave through traffic with the van to lose the cop car and the taxi in close pursuit. He floors it, and the speedometer inches past 45. Keith makes a sharp turn down a side street that slopes downward. The van starts gathering speed, finally reaching 55 miles per hour at the bottom of the hill. All three vehicles crash through a construction barricade that reads "Bridge Out." The vehicles fly into the air in slow motion. Nicholas is sobbing. Esther and Gwen have huge smiles and hug Pizza Rat. Keith's face is crazed. Cam screams. Scrags is mortified, and Paris smiles. Tiny pellets of Dippin' Dots ice cream fly through the air. The vehicles land with a thud and continue on. Keith weaves past more construction obstacles. They crash into a construction worker carrying a box with a question mark on it, and Keith reaches out the window to grab its contents, 3 tiny turtles. He hurls them backwards at the cop car. The cop starts chucking banana peels at Keith's van in retaliation, causing it to swerve wildly. Thrown from all the way back in the taxi, a blue turtle cracks the van's back windshield and then ricochets under the wheel. Crunch, pop. The turtle is crushed and one of the tires blows. The van rattles onwards. Interior Keith's van.
Cut it out, Keith. Just pull over and face the consequences.
Absolutely not. You do not just tell Tom Cruise to pull over in Mission Impossible. You do not tell Vin Diesel to pull over in Fast and the Furious. You don't tell Paul Blart.
Except they aren't real and contractually can't die. You, on the other hand, are gonna get us all killed.
Paris perks up and turns to the empty seat next to her.
See you soon, Arabella.
Interior taxi. Gwen clutches her Nerf gun.
I think that blue turtle hit, but we're not in Nerf range.
What about pedal to the metal? Don't you understand, guy?
So I have to lease this car from the cab company, and we're not allowed to go above 50 because the wear and tear on the hybrid drivetrain. I just really can't afford to take another hit on my take-home pay today. Okay?
This should cover it. Keep driving.
Gwen throws a fistful of Tootsie Rolls at him.
I'd rather cheat and win than drive the speed limit and lose. Here, I know a shortcut.
From the back seat, Esther reaches forward, grabs the steering wheel, and makes a sharp turn. Taylor screams. The cab veers up a ramp and jumps over a construction vehicle and disappears from view. The operator is reading Brene Brown's Rising Strong. She looks up at the taxi in amazement. Interior, Keith's van.
Can we stop?
For the last time, no.
But what if I have to pee?
Impossible. You have gone like 6 times today already. Hold it.
What if I can't hold it?
Believe in you, son.
We're gonna have to pull over, Keith.
Absolutely not. I'm not getting a ticket and a 4th strike.
Can we please stop? I'm gonna wet my pants.
Oh, hell no. Don't you dare ruin that upholstery. I've been trying to get the smell of dog piss out of it for like 20 years.
Try harder.
Keith, just do it!
Suddenly, the taxi flies out of an alley in front of the van and swings to a stop, blocking the way forward. Keith makes a sharp turn to avoid collision, and Tokyo drifts into a parallel parking spot in front of a 7-Eleven, a seemingly perfect maneuver. But before the van comes to a complete stop, it suddenly jerks forward and back, crushing the fenders on the cars on either side and hitting a fire hydrant, which starts spewing water.
Okay, I don't have to go anymore.
Exterior 7-Eleven parking lot. Cop cars surround the van and a SWAT team pins Keith to the ground. Gwen runs out of the taxi and shouts towards the officers.
Take that, Mr. Amber. Your days of abducting children are over. Case fucking closed.
Gwen and Esther jump to high five, but miss and start giggling.
Time for these shitty kids to resume being a problem for their shitty parents.
Mommy!
Those shitty kids look an awful lot like my shitty kids.
Cam and Paris run from the van to hug Gwen.
Can we hang out with Uncle Keith and Scrags more? I drank 4 sodas.
I think we killed a turtle.
Nicholas stumbles from the police car to join the hug.
I can smell what the Rock was cooking. And it's a miracle.
Oh, I love you all so much. Cameron, why are you soaking wet?
Gwen, I've spent all day trying to figure out what I did to screw this up. And honestly, I'm no closer to making sense of things, but do you think we could try to make this work?
Nikki, je t'aime. I'm sorry, but it's been a long time coming. I think we need to end things between us. Professionally speaking, of course. I'm dropping you for my agents at CAA.
So you don't want a divorce?
Of course not. Why would you ever think that?
Gwen glares at Keith, who shrugs. She clutches her family tighter while petting everyone's hair.
I just want to hug you all until your heads pop off. This feeling will never end.
Esther looks at the wrist that has no watch on it.
Oh, yeah. We got about 40 more minutes until this high wears off.
I thought this was supposed to be a sober day.
Hey, get off your high horse. I was sober. Aside from the Molly, which is medicine, and the booze, also medicine.
Scrags looks skeptical. A police officer handcuffs Keith.
All right, time to go down to the station, buddy.
Whoa. This was all a big misunderstanding.
Was it?
Gentlemen, please, can we maybe just, surely you care about serving justice, right?
The officer blinks.
Can I speak to you for a moment, officer? There's really no need to make this a whole to-do. We're not interested in pressing charges, and we would love to keep this all discreet.
But my hands are tied. My precinct has an arrest quota, and we're this close to beating out the boys on the east side for that year-end ice cream party.
Okay, fine. How about you can book him, but he walks tonight with no marks in his record.
Fine, but we're gonna rough him up down at the station.
We're not gonna go for that.
We'll barely touch him. It'll be like we're dealing with a capital insurrectionist.
For my client, roughing him up is a non-starter. Counteroffer. You can drag out the booking paperwork into overtime and then keep him overnight before he walks.
Deal.
See? Everyone wins. Really earned my 10% cut of that ice cream, huh, Gwen? But maybe instead of your agent, I could be your manager instead.
I guess you did successfully produce these 2 projects.
Gwen gestures to Cam and Paris.
Is it time to make it a trilogy?
Maybe we should have a little chemistry test tonight.
Okay, but be prepared for a long, hard negotiation.
They begin furiously making out on the trunk of the police car. Keith is handcuffed inside and cannot see what's happening.
Nikki? Nick? Bro, am I getting off? Am I free to go?
Interior jail cell, sunset. The door slams shut as Keith stumbles in. A prisoner lays on the lower bunk. Keith looks down at the to-do list with the last remaining item. Prove your devotion to Gwen with a grand gesture. Flowers? He crosses it off the list.
All right, lights out.
The prisoner starts to play a harmonica. Keith peers longingly out the barred window towards the setting sun, and a single tear rolls down his face.
Say it ain't so. I will not go. Turn the lights off. Carry me home. Na 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 na.
Solid Squad, getting back together cause life sucks on their own. Solid Squad, Scooby-Dooby, Wooby-Dooby, Zippity-Bop.